We interrupt this program with a special bulletin. The mob has just purchased the National Football League. In a surprise move today, the mobsters replaced the NFL referees with their own hand-picked staff. They announced that there will no longer be any rules, but that there will still be penalties. These will include the penalty kick, the death penalty, and the substantial penalty for early withdrawal. I'm Bud Hashimoto, and this is Jock Jokes.
Take you now to an historic event. 6 stand-up comedians have gathered here to discuss the single most important issue of our time, sports. Here comes the first man now.
How are you guys again? Great. I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson are 2 Beverly Hills. They make too much money. You know something was wrong a year ago. Big 7'2" black man eating sushi. And I compare Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to Moses Malone from Washington. Moses is still a homeboy. He eat cornbread, collard green, pinto bean, red beans and rice. He's like this. Come on, let's play ball, come on. And Kareem in Beverly Hills trying to talk like those rich people in Beverly Hills. He's too tall. His tongue is too long. He looked like a lizard. Hi, Bill. How about... And you can't say, hey, Blood, how you doing, Blood? What's happening? You got to say, hey, Plasma, how are you, Plasma? Everything's all right. I saw Moses Malone talk on TV, and I went home and prayed to God. Lord, please don't let Moses Malone talk on TV ever again. If he open his mouth, put a hot dog in it and a light beer, I'll pay for the beer, Lord. Brent Musburger asked Moses Malone a question at halftime, the game between Boston and Houston. Moses, what do you think about the first half? Houston, Twin Towers, come around here, me, and you understand, over here, and them Larry Bird, white boy, tall, and you understand, and Philadelphia want to trade me, ain't that a bitch? They crazy. I'll pee in that bottle right now. What the hell are they talking about? Only one person in the world can understand Moses Malone, and that's Mick Jagger.
This just in, an epidemic of jock jokes has just broken out in the Los Angeles Raiders training camp. Tight end Todd Christensen was the first player to be seized by an uncontrollable desire to tell jokes.
A guy walks into the doctor's office. He says, "Doctor, I have this terrible case of amnesia." And the doctor says, "How long have you had it?" And he says, "Had what?"
He was followed by number 75, Howie Long.
Do you know how to tell if a Raider linebacker's religious? Well, he says grace before he eats you.
As you can see, this epidemic is no laughing matter.
Football season is coming up. This is absolutely one of my favorite sports to watch. I like the college football game. I like to watch the teams from the agricultural schools. These are the behemoths. I love these guys. I mean, what is the entrance exam to get into an agricultural college? What do you have to do? Identify vegetables? Oh, wait a minute, I know that one. That's a carrot. Tomato! Shit! I'm gonna go talk to the coach. Basketball. I'm a white guy, and I love to play basketball. Not too well, but I like to play. White guys can't do anything. We just stand there, and I'll get that rebound. Well, maybe next time. You pass the ball to him, you'll never get it back. Here, take it. Come on, give it back. They had a white guy in the NBA, Jack Sikma. He was the first white man in the NBA to dunk a basketball. They stopped the game. And now the first white man in the NBA to dunk a basketball, Jack Sikma. Jack, come on out here. When I finally figured out the secret, the coaches, the motivation is different. I know how they motivate these guys to dunk now. What the coaches do is they line the rims of the basket with cocaine. If you get a dunk, you get a toot. It's like, bingo, wow! Guys are trying to score in both ends of the court. Give me the ball, I'm open! But you're not on my team. I know, I'm not even guarding myself. Come on, I'm open, give me the ball.
I think jocks, for the most part, like in high school and college, are the most conceited guys on the face of the earth. You walk by a jock, they always either have that jock look on their face like... They look at you with that attitude like, yeah, you got some right to live. And you ask a jock any question, they almost come up with that one sound they have to make. These guys probably sleep like... And listen for the conceited jock sniffle. Whenever they leave a room, they have this sniffle. It's like, come on, we're out of here. Let's go. Like some girl's gonna be impressed by this and go, wow, he's got a lot of snot in his nose. My God, I'd like to go out with him. And you can tell who the jocks are because they high-five every guy at a party. Then they yell for fictitious women. Women that aren't there. You gotta watch for this. It's like, what's going on? Lisa! You look around, it's all guys in the room. What are they yelling at? Like, any guys here lift weights? Do you lift weights? Really? What do you bench? What are you maxing out on? How much you lift?
190?
190? That's pretty good. Actually, it's good that you admitted to lifting weights because most guys, there are other guys here who lift weights, but guys, for some reason, in a crowd, do not want to admit that they need weights to look good. It's like, weights? What, are you serious, man? 19-inch biceps? I was bored of these babies. Come on, we're out of here. Cindy! And you know who's working out. It's so obvious. Walk up to you guy and see how secure they are about their bodies. Walk up to you guy and go, people working out? Let's check out those arms. You know, the guy's going to go, yeah, feel my arms. Hold up. Any girls lift weights? Do you? What do you press?
140, 150.
Fag.
Time now for another edition of Pudge Newberry's Armchair Sportsman. What's on tap for today, Pudge?
Today it's armchair baseball, Bud. Let's go to the field. The batter's looking good in the newest recliner model from Lazy Boy, although I prefer the Sleepmaster design myself. And here's the first pitch. Nice shot. He takes one straight through that hole in the infield. Oh, damn it, looks like he's going to try for a double.
I think he's going to have to slide into second.
I can save. Almost fell out of my chair on that one. Uh-oh, wait a minute. It looks like there may be an injury on the field. Yes, I think it's a broken leg. Well, that's just about all the time we have for today.
Join us next week as we take to the waves for a look at armchair sailing, armchair surfing, and the highlights of the armchair high diving finals.
I like going to baseball games, being right there at the action. I like to go Sundays. Every Sunday they got a day game. They got a box there. I like to go on an empty stomach and have breakfast at the stadium. It's great. You just see the vendor and you ask him for breakfast. A lot of fun. Just see the vendor, call him over. Yo, vendor, yeah. You got any orange juice? No? Oh, beer? Wait about an inning, see the vendor, have some more breakfast. Vendor? Yeah, you got any eggs? No? Oh, beer? All pays off around the fifth inning. You see the vendor, and naturally you say, "Bah!" The vendor? Do you have any hot dogs? You do? Oh, beer? And it's a good thing to be drunk at the ballpark if you should want to eat a hot dog at some point. Because when you're sober, you might notice a few things about the hot dogs you'd rather not notice. Like the fact that they're served to you by a guy who you would not normally take food from. And I don't even mean the vendor. I mean the guy at the end of your row who the vendor gives the hot dog to. And the guy one in from the guy at the end of your row who the guy at the end of your row gives your hot dog to. In fact, there's 20 people between you and your hot dog who you don't have any kind of medical histories on who slowly pass you that hot dog. I mean, 1 minute you're rooting for your team, next minute you're rooting for your food. That's how it works. People are watching the game. They're going, hey, ump! Oh, hot dog? Let me pass that down. I'm sorry. There we go. Joey, get your hands out of your pants. Pass that hot dog down. There you go. By the time it gets to you, it's a souvenir, folks. Let me be honest. I've turned you off to hot dogs. It may not be a bad idea. Because the kind of hot dogs they serve at the ballpark Franks. And they say, they plump when you cook them. They plump when you cook them. Then they go, we don't even know what they're made of. Well, let's just take a guess. They're not made of meat. Because meat doesn't plump when you cook it. Meat tends to get progressively smaller the more you cook it. This food is expanding. I mean, you put it in the microwave, it could kill the whole family. Now, I don't want to leave you hanging. What are they made of, folks? There's only one thing I know that gets bigger when it gets hot. And I don't think your average baseball fan wants to eat one, you know.
To watch the ladies gymnastics, man. That stuff just amazes me. Some of those movements are so flexible, and sometimes you just can't help but fantasize. Sometimes you say, oh my God, you see that, man? That's what you need, a gymnastic woman, man. That's right. Make love to a gymnastic woman, boy. When you finish, you'd have to do a dismount, you know. Right? You know? How was that, babe? 9.8, you know? A little shaky on that landing. I like to watch the track and field, too, during the Olympics. I like that. But, you know, like the long races, I get kind of bored. So to stay interested, I like to watch the people who take last. That must be a shock. I'd be saying, I don't believe this. I trained 4 years. And I'm going to take last in front of the whole world. You know, if I hadn't trained at all, I would have taken last. Right? I feel sorry, too, man. When you get to the Olympics, if you don't take at least a third, you don't get anything, and I don't think that's right. I think that when you get to the Olympic finals, everybody should give something. I think when you take fourth or fifth, you know, you should get a copper medal. Maybe. Give the cat who takes 6th and 7th, maybe nice plastic medals. Even the last person should get something like a certificate. Right? Something official like, you were here, but you didn't do shit.
Hello and welcome to Veronica Lake, where the 3 top contenders in the National Pro Anglers Circuit are about to compete for the World Championship of Fishing.
Okay. Beat that hook. Trail that hook. We like it.
Finalists are warming up now, and you can feel the tension in the air as the fans wait for the match to begin.
On your mark. Get set. Fish!
Yay!
And they're off. It's a beautiful day here at Veronica. The prevailing winds at 2 knots. As Skitch Hendrickson winds up to deliver a yes. It's a perfectly timed open palm mosquito slap. Very impressive. Well, it looks like fatigue is already set in for Jake Perchmaster Jones as he gets a jump on the others in the freestyle consumption category. Well done. And here comes Moon Martin with a beautifully executed one-handed reach around. We'll be back with more World Championship fishing as further developments occur.
You won't want to miss one exciting minute.
You know what the dullest sport in the world, though, is? Marathon running. Last year, they had New York City Marathon live on TV, 3 hours of coverage, with a commentator, play-by-play. Here's a guy with a lot to say. We're at the New York City Marathon, and they're running. Oh, there's lots of them, and they're running. They're picking up their feet. They're putting them down again. They're using a left-right combination. First the left leg, then the right leg. Oh, they're going up a hill now, which is much more difficult because of the gravity factor we spoke about before. Let's go to Jane with the women's runners. We're here with the women's runners, and they're running. They're using that same left-right combination. First the left leg, then the right. Oh, we're going on a live feed now off the coast of Australia to an even duller sport. It's the America's Cup. We're in Australia, and they're sailing.
I grew up about an hour's drive from Yankee Stadium. It was about 20 minutes if you walked. The problem I find with baseball today, well, all sports, but especially baseball, you have all these millionaire players. Then if a team has a bad year, what do? They fire the manager for not motivating these clowns. And wouldn't it be nice if it worked that way down at your job? Imagine that, you're unbelievably overpaid, you show up late, you got a lousy attitude, you go home early, and they fire your boss.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe you guys. You call yourselves basketball players? You call yourselves a team? You haven't got the guts of a skeleton. You couldn't open up a clam without knocking on the shell first. Never, ever have I seen such an amateurish first half as the one you guys just played. Well, what do you wimps have to say for yourselves? Speak up, pussy!
I have to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, you can go, but be right back!
Thanks, Dad.
I love boxing, too. They make so much money. Sugar Ray Leonard and Hagler made $15 million a man. Look at my lips when I say that. $15 million a man. And I would be mad if I was a referee. They getting $15 million a man, and I'm only getting $47.50 for this night. I had me some fun and somebody got knocked down. I start counting 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. Get your rich butt up and fight. 5 million, 6 million, 10 million. You're rich. And you got some strange people around boxing. Don King. What the hell is wrong with Don King's hair? This is a grown man. His mother, father still living. Don King walking around the street with his hair standing straight up on his damn head. Look, man, Don King has seen something hideous. He's made $10 million promoting boxing, and Don King can't afford an Afro pick. Come on, Don. Now, I can imagine Don King lying in the bed Saturday night, his woman lying next to him. He's trying to be cool. Don King's hair blowing in the air conditioner like this. And we all get a haircut sometime. You know, barbers always happy. You ever see barbers? Don King walk in. Oh, damn. Sir, can I help you? Yeah, a little off the side. A little off the side? You know the big fan that goes around and around on top of the barber shop? I bet that barber try to jack that chair high as he can.
climbers here tonight? No, we never do. They're all dead. These are the dumbest people in the world. They got nothing better to do than to climb a rock. Hey, what do you want to do today? Oh, I don't know. We could take the butter. Let's go climb that rock. That's a good idea. I got an even better idea. Before we go, let's get a whole bunch of people together, tie ropes to one another, so if one guy falls off, we all die. I'm not going. You ever seen anybody climb a rock? It's really boring to watch. They pound railroad spikes into a sheer rock wall. Ooh, that's exciting, huh? And you always see them going up, but you never see them coming down, do you? You know why? There's no way down. They don't tell them that in rock climbing school, or they wouldn't go up. With your last ounce of strength, you pull yourself up over the rim, and you're confronted by a pile of skeletons wearing backpacks.
The Mudcats on their own 20. 10 seconds on the clock. 10 seconds. That would mean victory or defeat for the Mudcats.
But the opera ain't over till the fat lady's in the mail.
It's a long bomb to Scoresby.
He's going into the backfield, past the end zone.
He's going out of the stadium.
Follow that ball.
What a pass. The quarterback must have really thrown his arm out on that one.
Boy, the Gatorade people are running a good game on people. Man, think about that. You know, they advertise their drink as a thirst quencher. That is what it does. It is a thirst quencher. That is a special deed, right? But then when you go to buy some Gatorade, man, they don't sell it in nothing but these big bottles. So you look at it and say, hey, you know, what's the trick, you know? Shit, 64 ounces of anything will quench your thirst.
The guys that I would hate to see would be bear hunters. Can you imagine these guys? You know they'd all ride Harley-Davidson motorcycles, man. Can you imagine a guy, a little man-o-wa barrow out there in the woods? I'd use karate. I would. Bears don't know shit about karate. No, they don't. Have you ever seen a bear in a karate class? No, they won't let them in because they crap all over the mats. It's terrible. This guy was out hiking in Yellowstone. It's out way in the back. And this bear, for no reason, well, no reason that we know, jumped out from behind this tree and just started ripping this guy to shreds, tearing him up. And this guy knew a little bit of karate. And he figured, what have I got to lose? You know, I'm dying anyway. So he turns around, he smacks that bear right in the nose. You know what that bear did? Bit his friggin' head off. Bears don't know squat about karate. Bear's looking at him, are you done?
The ball is still in play as Scoresby breaks into a broken field run. Look at him go. Scoresby is really racking up some yardage today.
I like the Mets. I was a Met fan when they were really bad. By September, they'd be eliminated for the next season. They couldn't even do little things right. Like most teams want the guy on first to steal second. They go like this. Mets used to go like this. They had no fans in those days. I used to go to Met games at Shea Stadium where they play. I would call up the stadium before the game. I'd say, hi, what time's the game? The lady would say, what time can you be here? I'd walk in and be like, somebody's here. Oh, say, can you? It's a long one. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's a home run. The fan is going wild. Oh, look, he's doing the wave. lot of drugs in sports now. Sometimes you can't tell when an athlete is on drugs. Sometimes it's real obvious. Pitchers, it's pretty obvious. He's behind 3-0 on the count, and oh, he's going to the rosin bag again. And then he pitches his glove to the catcher. But they rehabilitate themselves, and then you see them on public service ads doing those real obnoxious comments. Hi, I'm a famous athlete. You know, for about 5 years, I did a lot of cocaine. But the important thing is, at the end of those 5 years, I realized you shouldn't take it. I hate that. I hate the goody-goodies. Like Steve Garvey. Every time Steve Garvey ever made a good play, he'd say God was responsible. How'd you beat out that squeeze play, Steve? God help me. Like God is up in heaven going, well, there's a typhoon in India, but Steve's hung up on third. Pakistan, you're on your own. This is a tight game. I got it.
Welcome back to championship fishing. The excitement still has barely died down since Skitch Hendrickson developed a rash after lunch. But the swelling has subsided, and it looks like he will be able to remain in competition. Well, that wraps up day 3 of the championship. Looks like we may have to go into overtime.
I went windsurfing when I was in Hawaii. Anybody know what windsurfing is? Anybody done this sport? This is where they take a surfboard, stick a sail on it with a mast, you know, and a little handle. They call it the boom. You hold on to the boom. The wind comes along and blows you gently across the water. Well, what they don't tell you is the board and the sail are put together with a universal joint, which allows the sail to spin 360 degrees, consequently knocking your butt into the water any direction it pleases. Spent the whole day like this. Wham, 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 wham. Oh, too much fun for me. Oh, no, I don't want to ride back. Just get a rope and tie me off to the car's bumper and drag me down the street. Let's make a day out of it. When I went to windsurf in Hawaii, they actually told us this. They said, this is what the guy said. As we're heading for the water, the instructor said, now, I got to tell you some safety tips about the islands. If you're ever attacked by a shark in the water, oh, those sneaky sharks, they're in the water now, huh? If you're ever attacked by a shark in the water, the only thing to do to save your life is remain calm. Pretty much the first thought that would pop into my mind, yeah. Shark! Ooh, I hope it goes away. Look, I see Jaws 4 skating across the waves at me. I'm going to try to run. They go, no, 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 don't move. If you move, the shark can smell the fear. Look, if a shark gets close enough to me, it's going to smell a lot more than fear, I'll guarantee you that. If a shark is taking me out, I'm going to make this unpleasant for both parties here.
So, you got a mustache. Snowski? Do you snowski? Every guy who snowskis has a mustache, even the women. It's sick, it really is. Why? Because we all know snow in a mustache looks pretty damn cool, doesn't it? And actually, you don't even have to ski. It's just knowing skiing terms. Go outside, get some snow in your mustache, then just walk around the lodge and go, bindings. Lift ticket. Come on, we're out of here. Tina! It's real tough to be cool when you got ski boots on walking around like... If you've never been skiing, though, and you're gonna go, I can guarantee it'll be the worst time you'll ever have as long as you've lived. If you've never been, it's just, my hands are frozen, my toes are history, snot is dripping down my face, my ski just rolled halfway down the mountain, my wallet's $90 lighter, boy, what a time I'm having. As like people play tennis, always think they're gonna have a great time, control themselves, not wing their racket over the fence. 2 minutes into the match, the average guy's already yelling incoherent things at himself like, oh, come on, you whore! You start blaming it on everything but you. This racket's got no backhand. There's no gravity on this court. These balls aren't round. When you make a great shot, you're pissed off. A nice shot, yeah, it's about fucking time. McEnroe, he lost. Actually, he was winning today as it was going by. I watched him play Davis Cup, but he lost against Becker. It must be this kid that's starting to interfere. I just hope McEnroe's kid, like, acts and sounds exactly like he does, like around the house. Oh, Mom, you know, I was just putting away my laundry. You know, there's a sock missing from my laundry basket. No, there's a sock missing from my laundry basket. Did you see where the sock went? How could you not see where the sock went? Were you watching the dryer? This is absurd! Dad, I'd like your new mother, please. No, can you please remove Mom? Because she's obviously incompetent. I'd like to see the maid, please.
Yeah, I'm not young anymore. And the reason I know is because I'm starting to watch golf, you know. I was watching a little golf today. It's kind of funny when you watch golfers, man. They all got those pot bellies and the plaid pants, and, you know, they're just strolling down the fairways talking about, yeah, I'm an athlete. Here, hand me that club. What's the matter, getting tired? Bag getting heavy? Better get in shape if you want to stay with me. You know, I can walk all day. Such a slow-moving game, too, to watch, you know. And then they have the nerve to have instant replay, as though you can miss something watching golf. I mean, how slow are your eyeballs moving, man? They'll show you a cat roll a ball 3 feet into a hole, and the announcer say, we're going to show you that again. Why? Do you have a shot of the ants getting out the way of the ball? You know, that might be worth seeing, some little Indiana Jones ant, you know what I mean? You know, that's why it's going to be interesting to see what golf's going to be like when a lot of black people start playing golf, you know, way off in the future. You know. But that's not going to be for a while because, you know, plaid pants are going to keep black people out of golf for a long time.
It's official. The Jock Jokes syndrome has spread throughout the entire Raiders camp, including quarterback Rusty Hilger.
Raider linebackers don't need manicures. When they grow out, they just hammer them back in.
And also Mickey Marvin.
What's the difference between a 50-story building with a busted elevator and Bo Jackson? One of them's tough to get up and the other's tough to bring down.
Apparently, no one has the guts to ask them to stop.
I love tennis. I'm glad to see a lot of black people playing tennis. I'm glad. You know, I try to tell my brother, don't wear those clothes on the tennis court, man. You never see John McEnroe wearing a checkered jacket. My brother's so cool, man, when he strokes the ball. He's like this, you know, he's real cool. He throws me off. And I said another thing, I can't understand how you can carry that big radio on your shoulder while you're playing tennis, man. I gotta waste all the arguing in professional tennis. You got to hire all big ex-football players, like Bubba Smith or Dick Butkus, as linesmen. Don't have timid linesmen. You know, they have a dispute, big black dude stand up. Hey, man, I said that mother was out. What you gonna do, McEnroe? And McEnroe said, we gonna play tennis, but just settle down, settle down. I played tennis with a guy at my building, Oriental man, really good tennis player, man, and a karate expert. He intertwined his karate into his tennis and everything else he do. I have never been so intimidated in my life by a man serve. He was bouncing the ball. He sounded like Bruce Lee, man. He said, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, ooh, scared me to death. I said, I better think of something. This man gonna beat me with his serve. My turn to serve, I did it like this. La 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 la. Shaka Zulu.
Tonight I'm going to attempt to break 3 stacks of ice about 7 feet high. It's very important that my body and my physically, my mentally has to be fully conditioned. I'll be doing this, I'll be preparation and meditation of sunset and sunrise and sunset.
How many of you people ever got into any of those self-defense sports, like karate or judo or firearms? Firearms, pretty popular. I was going to get into karate for a while, but I wanted to save some money. One day I'm walking down the street and I see this big sign that says free karate. I said, all right. I walked inside and these two Korean guys just kicked the shit out of me. But it was free and I'm going back. What the hell, a deal's a deal. I got coupons. You ever get into any of that jogging fitness fad that went on a few years back? Or are you back into smoking and drinking like we're supposed to do? My God, thank God that's over with. I remember Jim Fixx, the guru of jogging. He wrote books on jogging. He lived for jogging. He died while jogging. You're not setting a good example, Jim. See, after I saw this and I read about Jim Fixx dying from jogging, I got pretty scared. So I went to my doctor and asked him what I should know about jogging. He goes, well, Mike, you got to know two things. First thing, know your limit. Second thing he tells me is load up on carbohydrates before you run. Yeah. So what I would do every morning is I'd down this huge plate of spaghetti, down it with a big bottle of beer, light beer, and then I'd just jog till I threw up.
People who take last in those long races, man, they always dive at the finish line, too, you know? Doesn't make much sense, does it? Why is someone 1,000 yards behind diving at the finish line? Really, it would make more sense to try to come across butt first at that moment. You know, go for the comical notoriety. Try to get in the highlight films now. That's all you're trying to do. Because the Wheaties box is out. Jim McKay, come on. We have here in our studio the man who provided one of the highlights of today's Olympic Games. We all had a chuckle here at ABC. And we've decided to make you a permanent member of our wide world of sports highlight film. That's right. He's going to be our new Mr. Agony, the only man in Olympic ski jump history who obviously couldn't ski worth shit at all. He's over in Yugoslavia now. The reason I know this is because ABC tracked him down. You know, they had to because they had shown that highlight so many years that people all over the world wrote and said, man, you know, who the hell is that? Can he ski at all? Yeah, that's a valid question. It is, man. He's probably in the starting gate that day talking about, man, he sure looks a long way down, boy. I tell you, I think I better tell somebody something. Say, ABC cameraman, come here, man. I want to talk to you. Yeah, Olaf, what is it, man? You ready for the race, man? You ready, man? Listen, man. I ain't never put these suckers on in my life. Think I bit off more than I can chew? Nah, man. You're gonna be all right. Not at all, man. It's straight down. It's not like it's a slalom or anything. You'll be okay. Just go with the flow. Say, truck. Keep your eye on number 7. Think we got us a highlight coming up. Thank you.
Are the Celtics not the ugliest team ever assembled under one roof at one time in the history of mankind? Let's go down the lineup. Kevin McHale looks like Frankenstein without the bolts through his neck. Bill Wall looks like the Del Monte Lima Bean guy. You ever see that? Del Monte, the Jolly Green Giant? Robert Parrish is Lurch, ladies and gentlemen. Even Fred Roberts, who barely gets in, tell me he doesn't look like he drives a pickup and shoots people. He looks like a Hinckley pen pal. And Larry Bird, not only is he white, he may be the whitest man to ever set foot on a basketball court. This man's almost transparent. Larry Bird makes Edgar Winter look like Luther Vandross.
It looks like the ball is finally coming down. Interception! Oh, yes, it's all over for the Mudcats.
I knew it! Why can't we get anybody to give 100% around here?
Very frustrating day for me today. I played golf. Well, I'm not done yet. I got to go back. They were real nice to me at the golf course. They let me leave a marker where I left off. Of course, it's in the woods. I'll never find it. Would have had a good score if it wasn't for that damn windmill. That windmill and that damn dragon's head drive me crazy. I can't even look at the damn thing. It's scary. Something about hitting the ball and it ends up behind you. It's very wrong. But I've learned the key to golf. There's a huge loophole in golf. You get to keep your own score, for God's sakes. Hey, it's not like bowling where they put up for the whole damn world to see. I just fill out my scorecard before I play. Hey, you laugh, I'm getting better. As I get to a sand trap, it turns into a day on the beach. You know, I got a blanket, a cooler, a radio. Gidget and Moondoggie are barbecuing. Spuds McKenzie's hanging out with those 3 babes. Then I watch these golfers, these pros on TV in the tournaments and everything, and they make it look so darn easy, it drives me crazy. I'm watching this tournament. Jack Nicklaus hits this tremendous drive about 1,000 yards. Oh, yeah, he got all this one. No, you know, it's one of those shots where they have the camera on the ball. It's like going through clouds and hitting off weather satellites. Ball comes down. It's got postage from Japan on it. It's got all dewy stuff on it. It follows the contour of the green perfectly. Perfect backspin. Ends up 2 inches from the hole. 2 inches away, it finally stops. The announcer says that was a pretty nice shot for Jack. That was a nice shot for God.
You ever go to the Forum? I went to the Forum in Los Angeles here to see the Lakers. I love to go early so I can see the group sing the God Bless America or the national anthem. What happened to Pat Boone? No more Pat Boone. I saw a group called the 5 Satins sing God Bless America. You should have seen them. They were proud. 6 feet, 6 inches tall, 250 pounds each. And in front of 18,000 people, they wore pink suits. Special shoes they call these aquarium shoes. Glass heels with water and fish swimming in the bottom. Catfish. They had a bottle of hot sauce in their top pocket. And their shirts were opened up to the navel with copper-colored tow truck chains wrapped around their neck. They're gonna sing God Bless America. And I have never heard God Bless America start off like this, man. They were so cool when they came out there, boy. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. And some of the guys in the background were saying, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. Boom, 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 boom. 45 minutes gone past. Boom. The people got mad and said, what the hell's going on here? Somebody stop them. We should be in the second quarter by now. Boom, 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 boom. And then they start to introduce themselves. My name is Larry, I'm Aquarius. Boom, boom, boom. I love America, although I'm not from here. Boom, boom. I'm from Chicago.